What's up, everybody, and welcome back to part 8 of my live commentary playthrough for Pikmin. Today we will hopefully be finishing the Forest Navel, which is a little sad to hear out loud, but it's gotta happen. I don't know. I enjoy this level. Yeah, I think it's just very fun to replay. So the first thing we're gonna do is get kind of an even number of blues and reds out. I really recommend having you need at least 15 yellows, so you should always have a few more. In my experience, if you know you need a particular number of Pikmin, you should always take a few more than that with you. Okay, I think the reason we have already 100 on I don't think we have now, because there are probably Pikmin somewhere else out here. That's weird. Oh well. I'm sure the game has its own logic. Most of the enemies should be dead in this area, with the exception of some sheer grubs and sheer wigs that I know are over here, and are going to cause us a problem today. So, you know what that means. Rush them! Take them out! Get them! Get them! Get them! Get them! Okay, we lost. Hey! Jerk. No! Stop carrying stuff back. Stop it. You stop it right now. Okay. I'm fairly certain they would have caused us a problem later on. God. Okay. So, there are a few walls that need to come down, too, actually. And I'm going to cut to the point where we have both the walls down and all the enemies killed that I need. So, I'll be right back. Okay. So, our Pikmin over at the other wall just broke that down at the almost exact same time that our yellow Pikmin here busted down some of the stone walls. It's funny because I almost had an instant where all of my Pikmin died. Ha ha ha. Very funny. I've had it happen too many times where yellows... Maybe I'm just careless, but I just had it happen too many times where yellows will actually screw stuff up pretty bad. Probably it's my... Considering Olimar is in really full command of the Pikmin, it's probably his fault, but we'll blame the Pikmin on it. Oh, what? You didn't throw your bomb, and that didn't even do damage to it. Alright, screw it. It's not worth going to get the other bomb rocks. Maybe at an earlier day, if we had taken the time to actually clear out all the walls, it would have been worth it, but I wouldn't say today is. Okay, so it seems cruel and unusual, but actually, we're going to need the yellows. Never mind, we're not going to do anything cruel and unusual. Haha, you'll never hear what I was going to do. So, now that this wall is down, there are actually two parts out here that are not difficult to get, but I actually kind of like this area because it requires all three type of Pikmin. There's fire going on, so you need the reds to essentially carry everything back for you. But there's also some obstacles, like height, that require yellows, and all else that require blues for water. All else. I don't know where I was trying to sound fancy or something. But I can't... Okay, fine, fine. If you guys really want to play the game that way. I was going to split it up and be more time efficient, but I suppose it'd be just as time efficient to get this wall down. A wall down bridge. So, I don't know. I actually think this area is pretty cool, really. Like, if you can kind of see down here. Let's see if we can get a camera angle on it. Down alongside this wall into the black depths of hell. I don't know. There's like, I never knew what those were. Like flowers or rocks or mushrooms. I always thought it was kind of a nice touch. Like something that didn't need to be done, but it was. I don't know. I think it's nice. So after we get these two parts, which actually are not that challenging to get, we're going to move on to the boss, who we should have enough time for. And since we opened up that shortcut, should have enough time to also get the ship piece back. The boss of this area is... He's not like any of the other enemies in the game. Very unique. Not very organic, if you know what I mean. Later on in Pikmin 2, he's actually becomes a much... His species become a much more common and formidable enemy. In this game, they're pretty unusual, though. Why do the yellows space out like that? See how the reds and the... No! Okay. Right there, the yellows, they just showed off how intelligent they are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yellows. I tried to defend you, but seriously, you guys split off into spread out groups, A, and B, you split off into the water. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. But see this over here? You need the blues to open the geyser to get Olimar up higher, and you need the yellows because the reds and the blues can't reach this part. And this part might look familiar if you can remember from the Forest of Hope. There was something very similar to this. It's the Libra. Just like the other, I couldn't pronounce it, that his son gave to him. This is something his daughter gave to him. And what's funny, I was kind of hoping it would happen here. I've had times where the Pikmin would actually, the ones carrying that down, would actually carry it, fall, and drop off, like, some Pikmin actually fall off the edge. It's bizarre. It doesn't even make sense, but it happens. Really, I want my reds to be carrying this back, but I can't seem to get my reds to do it. All the other Pikmin want to do it so bad, they want to carry it through the fire. They're such great guys. I love them. Yet again, my yellows are spread out insanely weird spots. Come on, get over here. Wasting time, guys. Okay, if we just get just enough reds to carry this back. You wouldn't think something like that would need 15. Oh well. Because now we're going to take everyone else over here to get a really easy ship part. It's not actually difficult to get at all. Except for maybe the fire out here if you're not taking care of your Pikmin. And also, not really much of a puzzle, but it's in the water, so you need the blues to get it out, and then you need the reds to carry it back. Because there's no way to avoid all the yellows. There's no way to avoid the fire geysers, I guess if that's what you want to call them, with any other type of Pikmin. It's just impossible. So that's his analog computer. I don't want to speak without being 100% sure, but I don't think this part is actually required. I can't really remember. Yellow. But I'm not entirely sure it's a required part. It probably is, it would make sense to me, but you might see later on that a couple parts that you would think would be required are not. Just, I don't know. So, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut to the point where I am where I would like to be. Sorry about that, but my yellows are screwing me over. Okay, so thank God I had just enough reds to carry that back. And I just want to point out over here, I don't know if I have before, this is a candy bud flower. No matter what color Pikmin you throw into it, they will always come out the color of the flower. So if you throw blue or red Pikmin, blue or yellow Pikmin into the red flower, they will always come out red. There are all different types of flowers, and they can be useful depending on how urgently you need Pikmin and how much you have to sacrifice. Like if I had, like 100 yellows and I had only like 20 reds and I needed some reds, that's where it'd be useful. I don't find them too useful in this Pikmin, but in Pikmin 2 they play a much bigger role. Maybe it's because of the time of the game, like the time frame, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if we can really defeat the boss today, which is really disappointing. We're going to give it our best shot, though. I think, oh god. Oh god. Avoid. Avoid. Get out of there. What are you doing? No, Pikmin. Well, at least we got that piece back. Awesome. You know what? I think on second thought, I'm going to... Sadly, we're not going to be able to fight the boss again today. There's just not enough time. But we have one boss remaining here with one ship part, and one boss remaining with one ship part in the Forest of Hope. So I think for the next episode, I'm going to split together 2 days, since it's overkill to waste an entire day on just a boss. So I think I'm going to combine both days, 9 and 10, together, and take down both bosses. So it'll kind of be like a boss show-off video. And probably off-camera some Pikmin growth, or harvesting, however you want to call it. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. I'm sorry, I know I promised the boss twice in a row now and you haven't seen it, but you will. You will see him. Because actually both the bosses remaining in the two areas we already have been to, Forest of Hope and Forest Naval, are actually, what are they doing out there? They're tricky bosses. If you don't come in knowing what you're doing, you're gonna lose some Pikmin. So where do you think the rest of our reds went? I'll let the reds carry that back, but not let you carry that back. Where did they all go? They probably like looped around me already and they're back at base. That or they forgot what they were doing again. Wouldn't be the first time. Oh great, I don't know what happened here. I can't even possibly imagine. Did they really forget? Like, did half of them forget what they were doing? If we don't get this ship part back in time today, it's on your heads, Red. Reds, plurals. Oh man. I don't think they're gonna make it in time. Even with double the number they should have on there. This is gonna cut so close. Well, even if we don't make it back, we will be able to get it right away on the next day. So yeah, next episode will probably be 2 boss fights, and that'll be the majority of the episodes that I'll clash 2 days together. And we'll have everything cleaned up from the last 3 areas, and be able to move on to the new one. Oh man, what do you think? They gonna make it? I don't think they're gonna make it. I know that sounds terrible, but I don't think they will. And if you get a situation like this, you always want to recall your Pikmin before the counter hits 0. It's just risky otherwise. I could lose all 40 of them right now if I don't recall them. Or unless they make it back to base, but I don't think they will. Oh god. I just hope that piece doesn't reset. Sometimes ship parts reset. Well, we came close. I hope we didn't leave any behind. I bet there were stragglers out there. Should have gone on a rescue mission. Oh, well, I can't possibly imagine. Like, I couldn't have made it any easier for the Reds to carry that back. Nope. Screw you, Wallywog. Screw you. 8 days since impact. There are only 14 parts that I still need to retrieve. Will I be able to recover the remaining parts in 22 more days? Surely there are some parts that are not absolutely necessary. If my ship is not complete by day 30, the only way I will find out is to try and lift off. So that's where he starts to hint that there are some ship parts that he may not need, and there are 5 that are unrequired, just in case you can't get all of them in 30 days. So overall, this didn't go too bad. Lost a few Pikmin, but we did get a couple ship parts. So yeah, I think it went well. So in the next time we come back to Pikmin, we will be recovering the last ship parts here, and taking on the 2 bosses that remain in these 2 areas. So until then, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.